Hello and welcome to Coffee with Liz. I, of course, am Liz. Good morning to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me. What is Coffee with Liz? It is 1 hour of hanging out with like-minded individuals from all over the planet. Seriously, all over. When I welcome everyone into the house, you're going to see we have people from all over the planet, all different kinds of interests. We have people who like metal detecting. We have people who dig bottles. We have people who like to go magnet fishing, gold prospecting, dump digging, you name it, even coin roll hunting. So right on, right on. All right, before we get things started, this is going to be a great show. I am asking you all to take like a second and a half, hit the like button. Hit the like button. It's like whatever you're watching me on, computer, maybe you're watching me. I don't think there's a watch button on the TV, as a matter of fact. Whatever, tablet, phone, whatever. Hit the like button. Help this stream to rank a little bit higher. Maybe even get noticed and popped up on someone's homepage. So right on, right on. All right, so first and foremost, 26 people already assembled. Let's see who is in the house. And just want to say before we see who's in the house, the situation with Charlie Victor. The situation with Charlie Victor is like very fluid, changing very rapidly. And just want to say, I was watching Ken Peavy this morning, and guess what he's starting to say? Charlie Victor. Yeah, seriously though, please be safe wherever you are. Please be safe. We might talk about it later on. I'm really not sure, but please be safe. Use common sense because it's getting more and more serious as the time progresses. All right, let's see who's in my house. Linda Wallace was the very first person in the house this morning. She was followed quickly by Nick Molnar. Nick, thank you so much. Relics and Stacked Stones also here. Vance Booker is here as well. Metal Detecting UK with the Metal Detectives of Dorset. In the house, Zulu 07901 also here. Right on. Let's go down the list. I'm going down the list. Finders Keepers also here, as is Sully Saving History. Says good morning to everyone. Good morning to you, Sully. The History Digger in my house. Right on. Thank you. Mama's Gone Detecting also here. Sand Pirate Treasure Hunter here with us, as well as is Andrew T. Outdoorsy L.O. Chrissy is here. Nick Haas here. Cyril Insight here. And live in the chat, soon to be live on the screen, the Hunter GT. Yeah, he's in the chat. So right on. It's going to be a great interview. I have butterflies in my stomach. Oh my goodness. Let's see who else is in my house. Let's see. Going down the list. Victor Charlie is in the house, not to be confused with Charlie Victor. Who else is in my house? Let's see. Mr. Ginge is here. Thank you for joining. Miley? Can somebody take Miley, please? Wow. Miley is like going to town on her paws. Oh, or maybe socks on her rear paws. I gotta figure something out. She just gets really, Miley is my German Shepherd, and she just gets really like stressed out whenever I start live streaming because she sees me talking, but it's not to her. She just gets really wigged out. So Oh my goodness. Okay, who else is in my house? Mark the Berg Hunter in the house. The Hunter GT mom's in the house too. Hello. Oh my goodness. Weird guy in the park is here. Steve Shepard is here. She digs from Norway. Holy smokes. Remember what I said? Yeah, we got people from, oh my goodness. Eastern, we have people from Asia as well. Eastern Europe. Wow, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Who else is in my house? Detector Mo. Detector Mo is here. Coins for Amateurs. CFA. Chad. Thank you, Chad. Wow, right on. My goodness. Who else? Let's see. Mark Thomas is here. Mark, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. Oh my, something just happened. I was about to say, I think I saw the CZ kid, but my screen flashed. My goodness. Gone Digging Matt. Matt is here. Dig It Mart is here. Holy smokes. We have an amazing amount of fantastic peeps assembled in one spot. The Traveling Troy Detectorist is here. Yes, the CZ Kid is here. Aussie Beach Hunter is here. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness. Dan Anderson. Dan says hello. Hello, Dan. Camp Valley. Darcy says he's making breakfast, probably with some maple syrup that he made from his back 9 maple trees. My goodness. What's going on? Tropical Bone. My screen is like super duper flashing. I really don't know why it keeps flashing like that. I do believe we have Russia in the house. Russia. Dobro projalovit. Right on. I kind of think that I have everyone. If the 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, oh my goodness, is in my house. Right on. I think I have everyone. If I have missed personally saying hello to you, please type something out at Digging Canucks so that I can see it, because it highlights on my end. Right on. Okay, so on today's stream, we have, my goodness, we have someone with a tremendous, should I be saying that word? We have someone with an amazing amount of knowledge on all things metal detecting. This is your opportunity to get that question answered about the metal detector that you're using. Is there something you could do to tweak it? Why is it doing what it's doing? Maybe you want to get another metal detector and you would like someone's opinion. Maybe there's some settings or something that you're not really sure about. Ask. Today is the day. Ask my guest. How do you ask my guest a question? Put an at Digging Canuck and I should see it. So right on. All right, now, oh my goodness, Domus29, bienvenue, Domus, all the way from France. Georginius from Slovenia. Remember when I said this was truly international? Canuck Nation is absolutely international. My goodness, a couple streams ago, we even had someone from Narnia, of all places, in my stream. I'm still waiting for the International Space Station to come on and join the chat, but I think that might happen. All right. So Jimmy Cloak is in the house. Jimmy, right on. All right. I am going to call my guest. I'm going to bring in my guest, and we will get the party started. Like I said, I don't know that there are going to be other opportunities to ask someone a question with all his knowledge. Seriously. All right. I know I'm going to be a little intimidated, but here we go. I got butterflies in my stomach. I'm going to call him. All right. Let me just call him on my other screen here. All right. John, I'm calling you. I'm calling you. How did we do this? All right. I am calling John. I am calling John. All right. The metal shark's in the house. Oh my goodness, he's here. Hang on, hang on. All right. Without further ado, if I could just find my screen. Did I say it was a little intimidated? A little bit of nerve action and butterflies. All right,
You're
boom.
nervous. I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not familiar with this gentleman, this is John, known to everyone out there as the Hunter GT. John, welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness.
What is up, everybody? Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here. Nervous as heck myself. You're by far my favorite metal detecting channel. I've said that a million times. I think you're the greatest on YouTube.
Oh my goodness.
Your live streams are just off the chart. Yeah.
Oh my
Super happy to be a guest over here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. I looked at my phone. I said, well, I'm not going back to bed now. There's no way.
Oh
so,
my goodness.
Here we go.
All right. So, oh my goodness. All right. Calm down, Liz. Calm down. All right. So John, your home base is California. So like just briefly, like Reader's Digest condensed version, just tell everyone who may not know who you are, just a teeny bit about you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, name's John Schmidt, the Hunter GT, born and raised here in Fresno, California. Moved out to Colorado in 2000 and started metal detecting out there at about 2014. You know, had a few surgeries. I'm sure we'll get into that story here. And yeah, picked up a detector in 2014, detected out there for about 3 years, and then the last 2 years out here. And it's been my life. I decided to just go for a dealership, go for sponsorship. I decided, hey, I'm going to make a, not a job. I enjoy it as a hobby as well, but I said, this is what I want to do with my life. I don't know why, I knew what a metal detector was and everything, but I had never picked one up, and once I started watching those videos from the hospital bed, I was just like, wow, I have to do this. I have to do this. This is so interesting to me. And it's something that just clicked. I'm a computer nerd. So, it fits right in there. I went to school for IT, graphic art, web development. So it fits right in.
You seem to have all the bases covered.
Yeah. So I try to.
Right on. So where did your name, where did the Hunter GT come from? Oh, man, can you share that story?
That's an early question. I'm going to have to shut down, Liz.
Oh,
it came from, I'll give somebody a hint because I plan on doing a giveaway for it one day. It came out of a book, actually. And
really?
Yeah, it came out of a book that I read as a teenager, and it really, I don't know, I just grasped onto it. I started putting it in my, old video games. I'm a big gamer. I think, some people may know I'm a huge gamer. It's the one thing I love as much as metal detecting.
Right on.
I make no apologies for it. Some people, geez, you're 44 years old and you still play video games every day of my life. Every day of my life.
Right on.
So I start, instead of player one, player two, older games started to let you fill in your custom name. So from the beginning, I started putting in Hunter GT from this book. And, I kind of just play that it stands for the Hunter of Good Times. I like having a good time. And so it's the Hunter of Good Times. That's what we're going to go with.
All right. Now, I always, whenever I do any of these videos, I always go back to your very, very first video. Always.
Oh, ouch.
I know. It's funny. Now, the first video, and you said you probably were metal detecting way before you even put your first video on there, but that was 2015.
Yeah.
And let me bring you back to 2015. You actually did a review on the Garrett Scorpion Gold Stinger.
Yes. What a detector. A detector.
Do you still have that?
I do not, and that's unfortunate. I've almost thought about picking one up online, but they're going for like 300, and that's not bad. But for what it is, I'm kind of like, well, picking up a used $300 detector that's probably not going to get too much use. It would just be a nostalgia type thing. It'd be like, hey, you were my first detector. Now you can go sit in the corner, and I probably won't use you much. But it was a capable detector. It was a gold prospecting detector. a 10-turn ground balance knob on it. It was actually broken from the guy I bought it. I don't think he knew it was broken. The ground balance was broken. I had to resolder the potentiometer onto it.
Wow.
Called Garrett. They gave me the wiring diagram. Their customer.
Oh, oh my
She,
goodness. We just
the,
froze there for a sec.
oh, did we? Oh no.
We're good now. We're good.
Are we back? Okay. And so she walked me through the soldering diagram and
Wow.
what colors to solder over the phone. Spent like a half hour, just the lady that picked up the phone. And I thought that was just the kindest thing ever. So I will always trumpet their customer support. Is
Oh man,
I
we're
traded
freezing
it.
again.
Oh no, freezing again. Hope it's not my internet. Everything seems okay on my end.
All right. Listen, Finders Binder says, can you ask John? I don't know if he's like pulling your chains or what here, but he says, can you ask John to go into detail about how humble he is?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a running thing.
Is he pulling your chain? Is he pulling your chain?
Tonight I will be super humble. Or this morning I should say. Yeah, that's a kind of a shtick I got going on my live streams where, I'm so handsome, the jawline, some of my moderators and the chat gets into it like, oh, this is the best looking detectorist on YouTube. And we talk about how humble I am, how my lack of ego as I go on and, pat myself on the back. And then, I do the self-deprecation thing too, though. I make sure to beat myself up to,
oh my goodness.
You got to make it a balance. Every time you pat yourself on the back, you got to punch yourself as well. So.
All right, I will remember that you guys are just like, okay.
Yeah, it's just a joke. I'm not really that egotistical, that's for sure. I am a pretty humble guy when it comes down to it. It's just a shtick.
All right. So, what's the most antiquated detector that you've ever detected with? Like actually most antiquated, like old.
I would say it would probably be that Garrett Scorpion, that
Really?
first detector I had. Yeah, that one. I've touched a Tesoro here and there for an hour or so, but I've never hunted with one really. And that Garrett, it's the same range. I want to say it came out in the 80s, that Garrett Scorpion, early 90s maybe, early 90s. And yeah, that's a pretty old one. I haven't used anything, with a wooden stick on it or any, none of the old
I've
stuff.
I've seen pictures of those.
Drape a backpack with the coil or anything like that. Nothing like that. I'm a firm believer that technology gets better with time. Some people may disagree with me on that, but I'm a firm believer that as technology advances, detecting advances. So
right on.
I'm not really into the old antiquated detectors. They have their place. I know people still hunt with them today. I would never talk badly about those people, but yeah, in my opinion, the digital age is where it's at. But that Scorpion, that's the oldest one. That's the oldest one.
Speaking of, I guess detectors getting better, the History Digger says, does the Hunter GT know anything about Nokta's next detector? And then he says, pulse induction. What would you like to see? Did they not just bring some stuff out?
Yeah, the next 3 detectors, they just brought out the Simplex last year about Christmas time. It's doing phenomenal. It's waterproof, $254 for the non-wireless version, $339 for the wireless version. So for a wireless waterproof detector, it's the detector to get basically right now. There's nothing in the price range that is wireless and waterproof at the same time. Nothing. So their next detector they're going to be working on is called the Mini Hoard. It will be a kids detector, all completely waterproof. I'm not sure of the price range yet. I haven't tested it yet or anything like that. I'm not doing prototype testing for Nocta Macro as of right now. Even though they sponsor my channel, they haven't sent me anything. So the Mini Hoard for the kids is coming up next. Then they're going to hopefully, fingers crossed this year. I don't know. There's no time frame that I've been told. Hopefully this year, the multi-frequency they're working on will show up. It should be a simultaneous multi-frequency, not selectable. So it will be the big competition to the Equinox is what I figure.
Yes.
And then they have stated, and I'm going by what DLEC has stated publicly in Facebook forums and pages and such, so I'm not breaking my NDA or anything. And then they're going to be working on a pulse, and they're working on it.
Wow,
unless something happens.
We keep freezing. I don't know what's going on. Every now and then you're like,
I just stopped talking. Oh no. Yes. Are we back? Are we back now?
Yes, we are.
So I'm pretty sure it'll be the mini hoard, the multi-frequency, and then the pulse induction after that. What features they have, what they're going to
Yeah.
be called, I have no idea other
Yeah.
than the mini hoard for the kids. Yep.
Now, you the simplex comes. You said it comes in the cheaper package, which has no wireless, and then it comes with a little more for the wireless headphones. Why on earth would somebody purchase it with no? I don't get why you'd buy it without the headphones, because it is proprietary, is it not?
It is proprietary.
Wow, we
are going to have to either buy a wireless module or pick up those headphones.
Yeah.
But some people, you know, in rattlesnake country or something like that, you may not want headphones that cover each ear. You may want to buy one of those pairs that only covers one ear so you can hear the snake, and then you're going to have to plug them in. You know, like the 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗪𝗧𝗏 or something like that. Or some people just they want to wear their earbuds. You know, they're so in tune with their current set of headphones that they just refuse to give them up. Basically, they're just like, these are the headphones I've used for 10 years. They've never failed me. When they do break, I'm going to buy the same brand. And you know, it's like cars or Pepsi versus Coke. Some people are just really brand loyal, and you know, they just don't care about the wire. They just don't care about it. I agree. I think they're great headphones. I would buy the wireless version if I was purchasing.
Absolutely. So would I. Listen, it's time to do a rapid fire question. I have no idea what this is going to be, but let's see. All right?
Bring it on.
You started all this when you asked me what my favorite ice cream was. Hope you know that. Yeah. Okay. All right. So what was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Oh, favorite cartoon, probably Popeye. Yeah,
oh,
I really
really?
liked. Yeah, he fought for justice, fought for his girl. You know, I hated spinach, so it fascinated me that something I hated so much could bulk this guy up and make him a powerhouse. Like he was a little superhero. You know, he'd squeeze his spinach can, go in his mouth, and he'd get his muscles, and he'd go, you know, beat the guy. I can't remember Brutus or
yes, Brutus.
Yeah, so he'd go beat him up. You know, I loved the Robin Williams movie. I thought that was the greatest Popeye movie ever, from like a cartoon remake in the real world. I thought it was fantastic. I think it's an underrated movie. Yeah, it was Popeye growing up.
Oh
believe
my
it or
goodness,
not.
really?
I watched G.I. Joe, Transformers, all that stuff in the 80s.
Like
stuff.
I'm not gonna ask you how old you are, because I don't divulge me. You don't mind.
I'm 44. Yeah, on my stream, we got a little thing. Oh wait, I'm 25. I'm 25. Wait a minute. These gray hairs, that's just a reflection of the light. There's nothing there. That's just a reflection. So, yeah, I'm 44 years old, and I feel 34 though.
All right, right. I was gonna say maybe like 29, but you know.
You know, you're pretty close. 25 is pretty good. You're 4 years off, Liz.
Oh my goodness. So if because you've handled a ton of detectors in your, I don't know how many years would you say? You said you had surgery and then you were watching videos from your hospital bed.
Yeah. So in 2014, I was at work. My calf, I slipped on some ice. You know, I was in Colorado. I slipped on some ice, and it wasn't painful, but I felt like I pulled a muscle or something. So I go home. That up. My wife at the time, she's a nurse. She says, "Hey, I think you got a blood clot." I said, "Get out of here with that. Get out. That's for old people. That's for grandmas and grandpas. You know, I don't have a blood clot. Get out of here." I'm 38 at the time. And she said, "No, I think you need to go to the ER." I said, "Whatever. You don't know what you're talking about." So I went to bed. Next morning, it's sore. It's twice as big. I said, "Hey, about that blood clot I have, let's go to the ER. I think you're right." So they had me in surgery that night. Wow. 2 surgeries later, 2 stints later. So I had a surgery on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, my birthday.
Wow.
I mean, it was just like all these events. Long story short, 9 surgeries in 2014. Had a couple surgeons say, "I don't even want to touch you. I don't know what to do with you." The final surgeon, Brooke Spencer out of Littleton, Colorado, she identified a vein issue I've had since birth, actually. Like the normal vein going through your heart's the size of your thumb. Mine's the size of like a baby's pinky, basically. And all my veins are like that. They're just super small and narrow. It's a birth defect. Reared its ugly head in 2014. Never knew I had it. Always been short of breath. They thought it was asthma, you know, stuff like that. It's a long story. I'm trying to wrap it up shortly. But yeah, so I was laying in hospital beds all 2014 watching these detector videos. Like, where has this been all my life? I actually started watching Ask Jeff Williams. He's a gold prospector.
Oh.
He had a metal detector inside of a mine shaft, detecting the wall of it, hitting it
Oh.
with his pickaxe into a bucket and picking out these gold nuggets. And I'm like, I gotta do this.
Oh,
I got to
yeah.
do this. And then I figured out gold prospecting is really hard. It's probably one of the hardest ways to metal detect. So I said, well, maybe I'll go to the park instead and the
Ah,
schools. And
okay, yeah.
I really started to like doing that. And yeah, so
Now,
I
at
don't
that
know.
point, you did not have you bought a metal detector,
Yeah,
right?
I traded in Colorado, I traded a rifle. This was before, at the time, there was no law out there that you had to sign it over. I just basically went on Craigslist. There was a
Oh
guy who
my
was like, "Hey, I'm looking
goodness.
for a boomstick," which means a gun. And so I
Wow.
went to his house, and we traded that for. I traded my Marlin 22 little plinker rifle
Oh my
for that
goodness.
Garrett Scorpion Gold Stinger, about $300
Really?
value straight across, and
Wow.
handed him that. He handed me the Garrett. Good luck, shook hands, and that was that. And
Did you
the
find
rest.
anything on your first
Yeah,
trip to the park?
so, well, we at the first trip, the first trip, we went out in the middle of nowhere, out in the country of Colorado, out to an old airplane range where they would fly World War II planes at targets and bomb them
Wow.
and shoot at them and stuff. And so we found some, a 50 caliber boat tail off of an old Mustang, or I don't know what they were using, what they were shooting them out of, but that was the first credible find. Yeah, it was right out in the middle of nowhere out in
Really?
Colorado, and it was a 50 caliber bullet, a boat tail off of an airplane. We
Oh,
tracked
right
it
on.
down. I had to ask online, and people on TreasureNet, the forum, they were like, "Yeah, it's off an airplane. Where'd you find that?" I was like, "Well, I was out at a
Oh,
World War II site." Sure enough, so yeah.
wow. That's pretty cool.
It was a good coin shooter, though. We did take it to the parks at Garrett Scorpion. It was a gold prospecting machine at heart, but yeah, we took it to the parks and schools, and it was good to 6, 7 inches. It was a decent detector. I do miss selling it. I kick myself every day for selling that one. Yeah.
So you don't have any. Okay, how maybe I'll ask you this. How many detectors do you have in your house? I guess I was gonna say in your
So
hoard. I guess I don't
yeah, right
stable.
right now I'm down to 5. So that's pretty
Really?
low for me,
I would have
actually. I
thought it
have
would have
this.
been a lot more.
It probably will be here in a little while. I have the Simplex now, the Gold Cruiser, the Nocta Macro Gold Finder, which is going to be my next review video, and then I still have my Technetics T2 and my G2 Plus. I'll never get rid of those. They're great
Really?
detectors. They have a soft spot in my heart. Yeah, the T2
Ah.
is one of my favorites of all time. The G2 Plus is really a fantastic detector as well. So, I still, I'm not sponsored by Technetics, but I'm still affiliated with them. When I was sponsored by them, and I'll never get rid of my T2. That thing, I won't make the same mistake I made with that Garrett Scorpion with my
Ah.
T2. That's for
Yeah.
sure. I learned my lesson there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm down to 5 right now. Just
Wow.
those 5
That's
detectors.
surprising.
My high has been, I want to say, 17. I
Okay.
had in my
See
house at one
that I
point.
believe. Yes, that I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, 17 at one point when I was with Fisher
Wow.
Technetics, and I paused and I said, "Wow, this is getting out of hand. I better offload some of these." So I get deals like in my forum. I was like, $100 for this detector, $200 for this one, and I was trying to sell them off to friends, family, stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, the backcountry diggers have joined us. I think I also saw someone from Hungary
Oh, nice.
in the chat. Holy
Well, thank you
smokes.
everybody for being here for the interview. I really appreciate it. Thank you
Totally,
so
totally. I
much.
have
Yeah.
no idea. I can't see my screen. I have no idea how many people we have right now. But holy smokes. Wow. Right on, right on.
44.
They're here to
So
see
good.
you. They're here to see you.
Oh,
They
50-50,
are.
Liz. It's
They are.
50-50. Come on now.
Listen, everyone out there, if you have a question, seriously, I have my chat on the right hand side of my computer here. Do an @digging Canuck and then your question for the Hunter GT. John, you coined, and it seemed, I'm going to say that you coined the phrase "clad is rad."
I did.
Where'd that come
I'll
from?
take credit. I'll take credit. It's I'm California, born and raised in California. So rad was the word in the 80s, rad. And I'm trying to keep it alive. It's a good word, rad. I mean, we don't need to kill it off or anything like that. So
Yeah.
it just hit. I'm not a poet or anything like that. It's a simple rhyme. It's a simple rhyme. I had like 3 clad videos in a row lined up, and I was like, man, what should I just delete these? Nobody wants to watch this. Nobody wants to watch this clad. So should I just put it up? So I put it up, and everyone was like, hey, it's good. So in the video, I said, hey, clad is rad, or I labeled it clad is rad, and it actually did okay. I got a few thousand views and a bunch of thumbs up. I was like, well, I guess it's not so bad. And a couple commenters were like, this is real, at least you show real metal. It's not all silver. It's not all gold rings.
Yeah,
You're
that's
showing your
true.
trash and stuff like that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. There's a lot of people out there where, especially with the people that are just coming into the hobby, they see some of these channels post silver, and they think they're going to buy a detector, go out there and have the same results, and it's just not like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not as glorious as us YouTubers make it out to be. But it's kind of a catch-22. We can't just sit there and show trash find after trash find. Nobody wants to see that. They tune in to find or to see the good stuff for the most part. That's why you put it in the title, hey, gold ring found, or you put a picture of it on your thumbnail. So I mean,
Yeah.
I get it that they can't all just be aluminum cans and can claw that nobody's going to tune in, but
No.
you got to keep it real. It's not a glorious hobby. You don't find a gold ring every time you go out. You don't find silver every time. You may go many months even in a good area without it. It's just what it is, basically.
Yes. Rapid fire question. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Have you ever worn socks with sandals?
Absolutely. Oh, for sure. I wear. Okay, so let me
serious?
Right my cheap sandal Crocs. Look at these things. I've had these things for about 3-4 years now. They're worn out to death. I wear them to Walmart at midnight or whatever if I'm going out. Bathrobe. Hey,
oh my goodness.
The 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗢𝗥𝗟𝗏, baby. I'm walking through Walmart with my bathrobe and my sunglasses on and my slippers. 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗢𝗥𝗏.
Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. Black socks, no less.
Black socks. My gosh. Oh my goodness gracious. No. Wow. You've done. There's no segue. There's no segue into another question from like socks and sandals. Yeah. There just really isn't. So
Black
here I go.
Sandals. That's
oh my goodness.
In the stream, Liz. We're done.
I tell you, seriously. Have you ever dug a Canadian coin?
I have. Canadian silver, actually.
Really?
It's the one with the sailboat on the back.
Oh, okay, the dime. Yes, the dime.
So it was from the 60s, I want to say. And dug it at a park in Colorado. It may have been the ex-wife that dug it, actually. Now that I want to say she's the one that walked it over, but we kind of, at the time, we were kind of like, hey, if you dig something, I dig something. So I've dug a bunch of Canadian coins.
We got a super chat. Oh,
nice. Backcountry Diggers. Awesome.
Backcountry Diggers says they need 15 more subscribers to hit 1,000.
Get it done.
Goodness. Yes, let us get that done. Definitely get it done. I know there's more than 15 people watching right now who are not subscribed to them. So Canuck Nation,
get it done.
That's
Anybody
right.
over there supporting the stream and supporting Liz has my support. So get it done. Hit those 3 dots over there and go subscribe to that channel.
Right on. My goodness, right on. So, all right, gonna just ask you some very specific questions.
Sure.
And sometimes this is hard because I know that you're can I say sponsored by some companies or?
Oh yeah, I'm sponsored by 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗏𝗥𝗟𝗏. I'm a dealer for them. I'm a dealer for Technetics. I'm gonna be an XP dealer coming up. Most likely Fisher as well. I just got approved for Nell XP. So yeah, I'm sponsored by 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗏𝗥𝗟𝗏 as far as YouTube goes. But the business side of it. I want to be a multi-brand dealer. That's my plan of action. And yeah.
Okay, so
money pays bills.
So right now the way technology is and what's out there right now, what pinpointer would you recommend? All around good pinpointer.
Right now, I'm rocking the Pulse Dive. I'm a
Mm.
big fan of the Tech Point, both from Technetics and the Pulse Dive from 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗧𝗏. Either one of those, they're pulse induction. They have frequency shifts on them, which is a huge deal nowadays, especially, with the Simplex release. The Simplex does not play that great with pinpointers. It is what it is. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It does not play well with certain pinpointers, especially the 𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗪𝗏. Absolutely it will absolutely interfere with the simplex and the 𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗪𝗏. So the Tech Point has 16 frequency shifts, and the Pulse Dive, I want to say, has 40 frequency shifts. So
Wow.
it's pretty important. And I like them both because they're pulse induction, so they're like going out 3 inches on a coin. And I know some people say, "Hey, I don't need my pinpointer to go three inches, 3.5 inches." Okay, that's fine. I like that. I do. I dig in very hard packed dirt here in California, so often my silver coins, my buffaloes, my V nickels, turn a pinpointer out and hit that before I ever make a plug. I know, it's going to be right there. Less damage to the park, less people I'm upsetting, or I try to
Hmm.
make it look like I've never been there, like a ninja. But yeah, so those are definitely the two I recommend. And some people, they're going to look at me and say, "Oh, well, that's easy for Hunter GT to say because he's sponsored by those companies." Well, I don't accept sponsorship from things I don't believe in. If a company calls me and they're like, "Hey, we want you to review our detector," or we want to sponsor you, and I'm not feeling that, and I'm just like, I'm probably not gonna, I've used that detector. I didn't like it. I'm not going to lie on video. I'm
Yes.
not going to trumpet your detector if I don't like it. I'm not going to
Yes.
trumpet your company if I don't believe in your company.
Hmm.
So, it sounds defensive, I guess, and I don't mean to be, but I have been, I've been called out. Well, you can't trust Hunter GT's opinion. He's sponsored. Of course, he's going to say it's a great detector. Well, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't actually. When I was sponsored by Technetics Fisher Bounty Hunter, they wanted to send me that little Bounty Hunter pinpointer, that little $29 one with
Oh
the dial
yeah.
on it. I said,
Oh
"Don't
yeah.
bother. I'm going to
Yeah.
rip it apart on camera. Do not send that to me. I will not review it." And they were kind of taken aback. I think they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, really? Really?" I said, "Yeah. Don't send me that. You need to make a new pinpointer. I will not review that
Yeah.
kindly. If you guys send it to me expecting me to review it, it's probably going to be the last sponsorship video we make." So
Hmm.
I just tell them straight up, I don't want to review that detector. I'm not feeling it. Or if a company, calls me for sponsorship, I just tell them, I'm just happy where I'm at right
Hmm.
now. I'm happy where I'm at. And
Yeah.
if I'm happy, then it's going to show on video, and it's going to show.
Yes, that's true.
If I'm not happy, it's not going to work.
That's true.
So
So going back to I have my primary pinpointer is the 𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗪𝗏,
yep.
but at the same time I also purchased the Pulse Dive last Christmas to take on Christmas vacation. Now, do you suggest that maybe I should try taking the Pulse Dive as the pinpointer the next time I go detecting?
Yeah, I love it. With the pointer head on it. Did you get the 2-in-1 version with the
Yes.
scuba? Yes.
Yes, I have
So
the kit.
I just pop on the land pointer end of it, and it is it's a good inch and a half longer than the carrot or any other normal pinpointer. It is a little bit longer,
Yeah.
but it's after a few uses with it, it's really intuitive. It doesn't feel longer. You just get used to it,
Mhm.
and yeah, I like it. I would absolutely prefer it over the 𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗪𝗏, but that is like one of the most tried and proven pointers in all of detecting the 𝗥𝗚𝗏𝗪𝗏. So I'm not
Yeah.
going to talk bad about it at all. It's a great
Exactly.
pinpointer.
Now, weird guy in the
For
park. Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
so
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No,
There was a weird guy in the park says, "Ask John if that multi-nocta macro." How is it nocta? Is it nocta or nocta?
I'm not sure.
I don't want to sound.
Here I
I
am
don't
a
want to sound
dealer.
stupid on
Yeah,
the
I don't know
air.
how they pronounce it over in Turkey. So, however they pronounce it in Turkey is the proper way. I've
Okay.
heard people say Nokta. I've heard people say Nocta. I
Okay.
always call it Nocta.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
All right. So weird guy in the park says, "Is that multi detector gonna? Do you think it's gonna come out in 2020?"
I don't want to, I thought this like are in March, pushing into April pretty soon, and they're still not out. So, I'm just not positive. They haven't confirmed a date as far as I know. Anyways, I try to keep up with all their announcements and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say yes. So I really have no clue. I'm hopeful. My fingers are absolutely crossed. I would love it if it came out at 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗧𝗏 or something like that. September, I want to say, is 𝗘𝗫𝗖𝗪𝗧𝗏.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely have no idea. They're being super hush hush about it, even to somebody they sponsor. And even if I knew, I couldn't tell you anything.
I understand.
That's the truth.
All right.
NDA aside, I just don't know. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not an NDA this time. I'm just ignorant of the time frame. So.
All right, I get it. About going back to your videos now. About 2 years ago, I saw a video where you dug an 1800 French coin.
Yes. My favorite coin.
What? Tell us about that, and then maybe some of the I guess not weirdest coins, but something just not American that's really, really cool that you've dug.
Sure. So we were at a park in Colorado. Me and my buddy Liam. He's the guy I met out there. He's from New Hampshire, I want to say. Maryland, I want to say. And anyway, so heavy, thick. Yeah, he's from Boston, so thick accent, that Maryland accent. And met him out there at the park. We had hunted a few times at that park already, 3-4 times. And I mean, we beat it. It was a small park, maybe 75 by 75 yards square. So a pretty small park. And we had beat it to death 3-4 times. And then one day, all of a sudden, at like 1.5 inches, out comes this huge, it's about the size of $1, $half-dollar coin. 1840s is what there's no date on it, so I'm assuming that's the year they minted it. 1840s to 50. So
yeah,
hey, mine's an 1840, of course. So it's called a French centime, and I was like, what is this? We sat right there, we Googled it, we saw the date on it, and both of us, how did we miss this with our coils? He's using a Mind Lab coil. I want to say he had like a 15-16 inch coil on his detector, and I was rocking the T2, I want to say, at the time, with that big old 11-inch coil. I don't know how we missed that coin. It blew my headphones off, but that is my favorite coin I've ever found. It just really got my gears turning. Like, who dropped this?
Yes.
Was it an American tourist that went to France, or was it a French guy over here that was just staring up, looking at the park and reaching to his pockets? Your gears start turning. You got all these things you think about. So that coin fascinated me more than any other coin. And yeah, that's my favorite find out of all my finds. That one and the old railroad key I found. Those are my two favorite finds. Absolutely.
Now, someone in the chat, I don't know who it was, asked what your white whale is. Do you have one?
Yeah, I have many, I guess. So I have, I've gone. Colorado was early detecting for me. I didn't really know as much as I know now. I wish I knew as much as I did then. I was right on the Santa Fe Trail over there, and there were some spots I probably could have investigated a little more that I'm kind of kicking myself for not investigating. But yeah, I still haven't found a barber. I still haven't found a seeded dime. I haven't found a large cent yet. So there's a ton of stuff. I mean, I found a buff, a V-nickel, wheat pennies, mercury dimes. I found a $half-dollar. Some guys, when I found that last walker, I mean, they're like, I found it in 20 years and never found one. I'm like, well, I found 2 in 5 years. So everybody has something that you just, for some reason, you can't put your coil over it. And right now, I'd say the barber and the seeded are the two that I really want to scratch off the list. Because once those are off the list, it's pretty hardcore stuff like large cents and gold coins that I may never find, honestly. But that barber and seeded, they're coming someday. I'm confident of that. Confidence is high. They're absolutely going to be in my pouch someday soon. Maybe when I go visit Mother GT in Arkansas there.
Perhaps. Yeah. Now, the large cent thing, is that because you're in California? There's really no large cents there?
There have been some found. The 49ers, they had cool stuff in their pockets when they came out here to Gold Prospect, and they definitely. He lives down near Los Angeles. I want to say he's found one. I know there's one found in a town over from me, a large cent. So they're here and there, but compared to east of the Mississippi or something like that, they're your chances of finding them are quite high. They're a large coin too, though. So large coins are the first thing to go usually out of a site. Big silver, big copper like that. Exactly. They bang hard. So people dig them right away, and you're going to go get the leftover. The deep dimes and the deep small stuff is going to be what's left over. So who knows? I may never find one. I'll be okay with that. But it's definitely up there. I want to find a barber, a seated, and for sure a large. Yeah.
Right on, right on. Now, being that you are in California, I saw on your channel that you've posted 2 beach detecting videos, but
Yes.
you're still mostly in the parks. Is there something about beach detecting that you don't like, or?
It's a 3-hour drive. So to the beach.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm not right on the beach. I'm directly in the middle of the state. I live in Fresno, so it's right in the middle of the state.
okay.
And so it 2.5 hour, 3-hour drive over to the mother GT's house. You know, she had beachfront property before she went to Arkansas. And but I gotta be honest, she found a gold ring, her like
Wow.
third dig. Her
Really?
third dig, she finds a gold ring her third dig.
Wow.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I was so happy for her, don't get me wrong. But in
Yeah.
my head, I'm like, what the heck? How
Yeah.
could she possibly find? It was a Raiders ring, an Oakland Raiders 10K ring.
Wow.
And she gave it to me. I'm a huge Raiders fan. So she's like, yeah, here, it's yours. You can have it. And I was like, well, thanks. That's really kind of you. But I went out there 3-4 times, even off camera. I've done a couple off camera digs when I visit her, and I got skunked every time. It's just bottle cap after bottle cap. I'm like, how are you guys doing it? How do you guys do this? And I mean, I'm finding deep bottle cap 8-9 inches.
Deep bottle
So
caps.
it's not the depth, it's not the fact that the detector wasn't going deep in the salt or anything like that. It was just I wasn't getting my coil over any repeatable signal in the gold range. It was all bottle caps, pull tabs, bits of aluminum, stuff like that. I found a silver ring, I think, and maybe a couple junk rings or something like that. But,
Still, yeah.
Yeah, beach hunting is not my
I
favorite.
think
I gotta
it's
be
tough.
honest.
Yeah, I think it's tough.
It is. You gotta dig it all, basically.
Oh, for
It reminds
sure.
me of relic hunting and gold prospecting, yeah, which aren't reason I just like to go. I like the trees, I don't know why I see a park or a school and my eyes just light up.
Yeah.
I'd rather find even a wheat penny over like a Civil War bullet. That sounds crazy, but I'm just not into relic hunting as much as most people. I don't get me wrong. I like to do it.
Yes.
I like to, I'll find lantern parts and Civil War bullets all day long with a huge smile on my face. But if I had to have a choice, a gun to my head saying, pick one, Hunter GT, pick one, it's going to be parks and schools, gold prospecting second, relic hunting third, beach hunting would definitely be fourth for me.
All right. Rapid fire question.
Do it.
Now, some people might not know it, but you sent me some really hot peanuts for a challenge. Do you yourself like hot, spicy food at all?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
no
you
way.
don't.
No way. Me and my daughter, she loves it. I think she could probably do the peanut challenge, but she's only 13, so I'm not trying to do that to her at that age. In a couple years, I'll say, okay, now you're old enough. Let's do it.
Right.
Because Dad wants to laugh a good one. But yeah, the first one, it would have knocked me out of the competition. The first peanut packet there would have knocked me out of the competition. We went to a barbecue joint a while back, and they had 2 sauces there. One was called Devil's Spit, and the other one was I can't remember the other one. But one was hot and one was ultra hot. I tried the hot one, just a small dab on my finger, on my tongue, broke out in sweat. My daughter's cracking up. She's just laughing. I'm drenched in sweat, and she's sitting here just pouring the hot stuff all over her hot wings. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That is bonkers. But no, absolutely not. So I live vicariously through people like you, Liz, that are willing to down such objects. And,
that was horrendous.
It was. I apologize again for sending that to you.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now some people might not know, but you're a video gamer too. And you alluded to that a little bit earlier, but you stream on Twitch, is that correct?
Yep. Twitch.tv/the100GT. Everything's 100GT. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's all /the100GT. But yeah, twitch.tv. I love video games. Call of Duty, Battlefield. So I'm a huge sim player, though. I mean, I like any video game. I'll play anything, but I'm a huge simulator guy. I play a racing game. I got my steering wheel over here, my steering wheel stand. I'm a big race car driver. There's some real NASCAR guys and real race car drivers play this game that I play, and so it's Yeah, I love it. I'll never stop. I'll never stop. To me, video games are better than movies. I can play a game, a single player game that has like a 40-hour storyline and just dive right in for $40-50, or I can take my kids to the movies and watch a 2-hour movie for $70 after popcorn and all
Yeah.
that. So yeah, my kids are teenagers, so automatically they're gamers. What teenager doesn't play video games? So I try to be the rad dad that just keeps up with the Marvel, the comic book stuff, the video game stuff, and
Now,
I love it. I
on
love it.
Twitch, can people play against you on when you're on Twitch?
Yeah. If they own the same game, yes.
Oh,
And
that's
then
pretty cool.
every other Friday on the stream there, one Friday I do YouTube, and then I jump over to Twitch for the other Friday stream at 5 p.m. Pacific. I play a game called Marbles on Stream. So we talk about metal detecting for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and then it's a game where my viewers can actually play. You hit !play, your marble shows up on the stream, and it just goes down this obstacle course, and whoever gets first is the win. We give away prizes every once in a while and stuff like
Oh,
that. But yeah, that
right
that
on.
game you can play with your viewers, Marbles on Stream, it's
Oh,
called.
right on.
But
Right on.
yeah, for the most part, I'm just hopping in with random people. My
Yeah.
kids and my buddy from Chicago. I've been playing with him for about 20 years now. Never met the guy, but I've talked to him on my headphones every single weekend for almost 19, 20 years now. So
Wow.
yeah, I've
Wow.
known him for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I love it. It's like some people do bowling leagues, some people go play
That's true.
softball.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
play video games.
Right on.
Yep, that's it.
Right on. So in keeping with the video games, rapid fire question here: Super Mario Brothers or Zelda?
Super Mario Brothers all the way. Yeah,
Oh,
I
my
love
daughter would be
Zelda.
all over that. Right on. Right on.
Yeah, I love Zelda. Don't get me wrong, the Zelda games are great.
Yeah.
But Super Mario Brothers 2 that came out with the princess where she could float,
Oh, yes,
where she
yes.
could like float for a second and then land. That to me, it was phenomenal. I was like, oh
I
my
think
gosh, she can like float
is that
across the gaps
is
and
that Princess
everything.
Peach? I think it's
Yeah,
Princess Peach.
Princess Peach, yeah. And
Yeah.
that was my character. Princess Peach was my character, and I'm okay with saying that. And yeah, the way she could hover and float and then land it, as a gamer, I was like, this is great, this is awesome. And
Oh my
then
God,
Super
that's
Mario
hilarious.
Brothers 3 came out, and I beat those games dozens of times in my youth, dozens of times.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you're very there's no segues today. I'm sorry. There's no segues. I tried to find segues, but it's really
That's
really
all
hard.
right. Bring it on.
Now, the very first live stream that you aired was May 2019, and you just haven't looked back. Do you like live streaming?
I do. I like it a lot, actually. I probably enjoy it more than actually editing the videos and making the videos. It's easy interaction with the people that, show up. I got the same 30, 40 people that show up every single Tuesday and
Yeah.
Friday. I mean, they're like family to me now, basically.
Very
I
they
don't
get
consider
very loyal.
Yeah, I don't do that whole, oh, they're internet friends. No, these are truly my friends. They're truly my friends. I'm not labeling them as internet friends or anything like that.
Yeah.
That just seems silly to me. I mean, I talk to some of them on the phone, and we email each other and text message each other. If my mic's muted or something on accident, they're texting me on my personal cell phone like, hey, your mic's muted. So I'm giving them my personal information. I trust these people.
Yeah.
And not the keys or anything like that, but I'm giving them my cell phone and everything. And yeah, I really enjoy the live streaming. I don't see myself stopping it anytime soon, that's for sure. I'm actually trying to grow my Twitch channel on the gaming side of thing.
Right.
I'm putting a line, not a line in the sand, but I'm trying to keep it separate as much as I can. I probably will eventually upload some video game stuff to the YouTube channel here and there, but it's always going to be, and I've always said it's going to be like 80-90% metal detecting and maybe like 10% gaming or something like that. But yeah, the live stream, I love it. I love it. Yep.
Right on. Good stuff. Good stuff. Do you see your live stream changing, or you like the format? Because your live stream is it's a very chill live stream, whereas it's like mine. I always have notes on mine, and I'm like,
yeah.
But yours
that's why
is
you're
just,
better. That's why yours is better.
Oh my goodness, no. Yours is really really chill.
Yeah, I just like to kick back and have fun. Whatever we're there for metal detecting talk, but if they want to drag it somewhere else, we will. And then I have Nancy and Mark Jason and Jeff, my great administrators and moderators, they'll try to steer it back. You have a question for Hunter GT, a metal detecting question in capital letters. They'll try to steer it back. Friday nights we kind of just talk about whatever, but Tuesdays we try to center it on metal detecting. I don't ever see myself stopping. I want 100. I want to see that stream number 100 and stream number 200.
Right on.
Yeah, I really like the streaming. I really like the streaming.
Now, you have a very supportive the Hunter GT mother.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell us a little about her.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She is just the most supportive person.
New subscriber.
Oh, nice. Yeah, she's just the most supportive person. She, my father too. He's not into this like she is or anything, but they both flew out to. They divorced when I was a teenager, but they both flew out to Colorado when I was going through my surgeries. They would come and stay a week or two at a time and visit. I have nothing bad to say about my mother. She has just been there for me for every single day of my life. She thumps me on the head when I need it. She pulls my ear, yanks it and twists it when I need it. And, she pats me on the back when I need it. She is just a great person. Some people would shy away like, geez, Mom, you're in my live stream. Come on. People are going to be like, oh, my mom. No, I love having her in my live stream. And she's a character. She cracks me up. She makes me laugh. She makes me cry. I could not ask for a better mother. She is she's one of my best friends in my whole life for sure.
Right on. And I think she's just checking out right now.
Yeah, I think so. Sign off. So she didn't hear all that, and that's good because I don't want her. Oh, you're the sweetest son and all that.
She can watch. She can watch the replay. She can watch.
I want her to think I'm a little ornery still.
Oh my goodness. Now, like I said, there's no segue. I mean, really, I'm really trying, but I really can't. You also have a Metal Detecting 101 series that you've done, like separation, discrimination, masking. Are you going to continue with that as well?
Eventually, yes. I was doing the Wednesday random. I had like this plan, kind of like your notes, Liz. I had this plan where, okay, Monday I'm going to do a live stream.
Yeah.
Then I switched that because of football and, and competing with other streamers. So I was just like, this is getting ridiculous. So I moved it to Tuesday. And then I said Friday. Nobody's doing nothing on Friday night, right? They're all out partying. I'm probably not even going to get anybody, but it actually ended up being okay. But yeah. Oh, I had a brain fart. What was your question, Liz?
Metal Detecting 101. Are you gonna?
So I go off on these branches and I forget. I have a terrible mind. So I do plan on doing like a 202 series, like that's a little more advanced and everything. Once I run out of 101 ideas, and I'm just about running out. I think I've covered most of the 101 bases. But yeah, it was something that. I don't know how to say it. It makes me sound like a jerk, I guess, but I thought those videos would do a little better than they would. A couple of them only have a few hundred views. Maybe a few of them have 1,000 views or 2,000. So I thought that would be like a series, a playlist that would really maybe take off into the 5 and 10,000s, but it didn't. So I was kind of like, how much effort and time do I want to put into it? But then I started getting a lot of emails like, hey, when's the next one? When's the next one? So I know it's not something that I can just ditch. I do plan on revisiting it, but I just don't know when.
Got a little super chat.
Nice. Beeping with Beppe. Beeping with Beppe.
Beeping with Beppe. Thank you, Beeping with Beppe. I'm actually, she's from out of town. I'm actually supposed to, or she's in my city for March break with her family. I'm actually supposed to go meet her this coming week. Now with Charlie Victor, we're gonna have to keep our distance, but we'll be like detecting from, but we're still gonna do it.
Fist bumps way far away with your head pointed the other way.
Exactly. Now going back to what you were saying about the views on those videos, YouTube's a tough proposition, is it not?
It is. It's a tough cookie to crack sometimes. One day everything's great, and then the next day they change an algorithm or they change something, and you're like, why isn't this working anymore? How come my views dropped? Or why did I just lose 200 subscribers in one day? Something happens with YouTube. But yeah, the channel's been growing pretty successfully. I think I'm up to 7,500 subscribers right now. I never would have thought that. By the end of the year, I'm hoping to have over 10,000, maybe
Oh,
closer to
right on.
15. That's my goal,
Right
is
on.
15.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't hit my goals, it's not the end of the world. I make goals to try to hit them, but if I don't, hey, I just adjust the goal and I try
Right.
again the next year. So I make a little tweak to it. I don't give up because I don't hit my goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's this weird thing, because I know, like, when I look at my numbers on Social Blade or something like that, and it
Yeah.
says, hey, by the end of this year, you should have
Yeah.
15,000. By the end of the next year, you should have 30,000. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to try for that, but it
Yeah.
doesn't always work out that way, of course.
Yeah. Do you get lost in the because the analytics now? It seems like a lot of channels are getting like super duper diving into their analytics, and then you can also see that because they change the way they've been doing their titles. Like all of a sudden,
Yep.
it's like they change their titles and they change their thumbnails. There's
Most
a lot.
amazing find
Yes,
ever, and it's a wheat
exactly,
penny or something like that. It's
exactly.
like, come on, that's not the
Yeah,
most amazing find ever. Let's keep it real
yeah.
here. So that is something you will never be seeing that on my channel. I will never be saying once in a lifetime find, unless it really is a once in a, if I uncover a jar full of gold nuggets that some 1849er hid by a tree,
Yeah,
sure,
yeah,
find of a lifetime. If I find 10 diamond earrings in a pouch, sure, find
yeah.
of a lifetime. But people find it in one silver coin or something. Oh my god, it's the most unbelievable find. I'll never subscribe to that logic, and I'll never try to manipulate the YouTube system to try
Yeah.
to get more views. I do what I do. It is what it is, and it's either going to work or it's not going to work. It seems to be working. I got to be honest, I don't look at the statistics as much as I used to. All the algorithms and the
Yeah.
analytical stuff,
Yeah.
I try to stay away from it. I just look at my subscriber count. Every once in a while, I'll log in and check it out to see where I'm at, to make sure I don't have just like this huge dip or something like
Yes.
that
Mm-hmm.
on the graph. But for the most part, it's on the up and up. I'm happy. I'm just going to keep plugging it in the way I do. And, I'm not going to sell out for something like that. Unbelievable finds. It's irritating. I don't really care for it. So yeah, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, too funny. Very funny. Remember, people out there, you can do an ad digging Canuck. I realize that we are at the 1 hour mark and that we are going into overtime. But if there are questions out there, definitely, this is like your last opportunity to ask
Get them in.
question. Seriously, yeah, ask technical questions or like really, really, difficult questions that only this gentleman can answer. Seriously. What's the most historic find? Then again, you're not really a relic hunter, right?
No, I'm not. My most historic find, I would say, would be that railroad key that I found. It was
Okay.
by an old railroad track in Colorado that was torn. They put in a new rail line early. So they put down one rail line that pretty much was right on top of the Santa Fe Trail in some points, and then they wiped that one out and put in a brand, like, I don't know who came in. I don't know the rail companies or anything like that, but they had like a big battle back in the day, is all I know, in Colorado. And one company came in and swooped in and like took over tracks and stuff like that. Well, it was right there, and these tracks haven't been used in 100 years or so. And I found that key at an old homestead right there. And this homestead was there was no roof. The roof was caved in. Everything the walls were falling down on this old homestead. I think they just packed up their stuff during the Dust Bowl and left, and we found an old license plate there from the 30s. But the house itself was 1800s, I think,
Yeah.
turn of the century. And that old railroad key, I looked for that lock that it went to for hours. I looked for hours for the lock, but that key, I dated it. It's 1890s, something like that, 1880s, 1890s, off the top of my head. It's an 1800s key. And yeah, that's probably my most historical find. I think the guy working there used to work on the railroad or something. I don't know why that key, because it's to a rail car. But I don't know what that key was doing at his house or whatever. So the tracks were pretty close to his house. So I don't know if he was a switch operator that moved the big thing to make the train go off one of the Ys or something. I just
Right.
don't know.
Right.
But my gears were turning on that one as
Oh,
well.
for sure.
And
For sure.
Yeah, that key is probably my most historical find. Yeah, not being a relic country, I don't, and I have some Canon primers from Texas, from
Mm.
the Mexican American War,
Ooh.
primers that they were pulling the cord from, and it would bend
Ah, right on.
bend the primer when they were pulling it, and so I found, geez, a dozen of those
Wow,
with
that's cool.
some bullets from the Mexican American, and that's pre-Civil War. That's 1840s or so,
Wow.
1830s, 1840s was the Mexican American War. So found some bullets out there and those primer caps, and even an eagle button out there in
All
Texas.
right on.
So that was probably my most historical dig, that one right there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, if I'd pick a park over that. I'm telling you, it's weird,
Really,
but
eh?
I'd pick like, if a turn of the century park,
Yes.
and that, like, an 1840s park or an 1840s open field relic site, I'll go for that park every single day. I don't know
Hmm.
why. I don't know why. It's just the way my brain works. I'm like, I want those coins. I want those coins. Yeah. I'm bullets from that Texas hunt. I have every single one of them.
Yeah,
They're valued treasures for me for sure.
right.
Um, yeah, I just love those parks and those schools. I want that milk money. Those kids
The
dropping that
milk
milk
money.
money. I want that milk
Oh
money,
my goodness.
man.
Outdoorsy gal. Oh, Chrissy has a question. She says, "Is there any detectorist that you would like to meet and or dig with?"
Digging Canuck, number one, for
Oh,
sure, for sure.
yes.
I mean, I've said it on my live stream 100 times. Is my
Oh
favorite
my
channel.
goodness.
You're my favorite live streamer. You're
Oh
my
my
favorite
goodness.
channel to watch
Is
Metal
my face
Detect.
turning red? Is my
Yeah, I
face
mean,
turning red?
easily. Yeah, I mean, and that's no offense to any other
Oh
channel.
my
I'm
goodness.
not calling out any other channel, but you're by far
Oh
my
my gosh.
favorite. Your
Oh my goodness.
enthusiasm is just off the chart. I crack up every time I watch your stream. I'm glad. Like,
Oh my goodness. I tell you something, when I lose my enthusiasm, I will hang up
yeah,
my boots.
I may hang it up the next day. Let's say, if you're not around, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So,
Oh my
yeah, I mean,
goodness.
it's just, yeah. If
Oh
you're
my
not
gosh.
enjoying it, what's the point of doing it?
Oh,
What's the point of doing
seriously.
it if you're not
Seriously.
enjoying it?
Serious.
So,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, I would definitely like to go visit you. Finders Keepers. He's a huge supporter on my
Oh,
channel.
yes.
I love the guy to death. He's a character. All my moderators, Jeff Connis for sure. He lives in Iowa. Mark the Berg Hunter in Pennsylvania. I can hunt with Mark. Finders
Hmm.
Keepers, Beep This, all in one state. So
Right on.
pretty much those 30, 40 people that always show up for my live stream. Someday I'd like to get of them. Honestly, every
How cool
single
would
one
that
of them.
be? How cool would
Every
that be?
single one of them. Yeah, yeah,
So we're kind of wrapping this up or
yep.
winding this down. Now, what's next for the Hunter GT?
I
That's a really
want.
broad question, but let's see how
Yeah,
you do.
no, no. I have a plan. I have a
All
plan. So
right.
definitely, more metal detecting. It's never going to stop. I'm always going to be a gamer, so that's going to be there as well. I'm only going to 10% that or so on the channel. I'll never shove it down people's throats. But the big stuff coming up, I'm a huge gold prospector. I'm a GPAA member. I really want to get into that more. I just kind of dabble in it right now. I really want to start focusing on that. Metal detecting for gold nuggets, using my recirculating sluice, or just taking the
Ooh.
sluice in the river. I want to
Yeah.
get a dry washer. I mean, I want to go all in on the gold
Yeah.
prospecting. And I also, this year, my plan for 2020, this summer coming up, is to get a wetsuit. I already have the GoPro camera, the goggles, I got the snorkel.
Oh.
I may get a little mini scuba tank or something like that,
Oh.
and start doing some underwater
Oh,
detecting, trying to
right
find those
on.
cell phones and GoPros like some of those other guys find. And you know
That
I
totally
really enjoy that. So
exploded. That exploded. It's like
yep.
if you have anything to do with water or river in your title, it's like 1 million views.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. So, and I'm not doing it just for that. I mean,
I
I
totally
am.
get
Don't get
that.
me wrong, I
You
am.
do not
Don't get
come
me wrong, I
across
am.
as that kind of a person at
Yeah.
all. At
I
all.
mean, I'm not an idiot. I like views. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I'll never do anything just for the view. Um, I can't say that. Like, if someone sent me hot peanuts or something, a thing like that. That's for the views. I would do that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm never gonna like go jump in rattlesnake pits for views, or something silly like that. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna put myself in danger or anything. But I'm a decent swimmer. I like the water. I don't like being wet, if that makes sense. I like to swim and all that, but like I can't detect in the rain. If it's raining, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I don't want to be wet in my clothes. But if I have the wetsuit, the whole setup,
Yeah.
I'm really looking interested. I'm really interested in
Oh,
that.
that
So
is
I'm
going to
looking
be
forward
so
to that.
cool. That's
Yeah.
actually really, yeah, something for us to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Gold
Right on.
prospecting and underwater detecting coming up in
That is
2020
actually
for
cool.
sure.
Is there a piece of equipment that you would just that you need or that you would really want to add to
Hmm.
your repertoire?
Man. I've got the GoPro camera. I record with my cell phone, and my videos are done with my cell phone. I've tried the nice cameras with the lens that comes in and out, but I always get dirt in them. I actually had to bin a couple of them, a nice Sony and a nice Canon
Oh.
camera, like $500 cameras. They were broken. They got dust behind the lens. So I'm set on camera equipment. I'm set on detectors. I'm set on, I don't really want stuff. I'm not a guy that really wants a lot of things. I'm pretty happy with what I have, honestly. That's a tough question, Liz. That's the one that's one my brain's really processing. I can't think of anything that, other than a Porsche 911 or something like that. As far as detecting goes, I can't really think of one big thing that I'm missing. I feel pretty complete where I'm at. I feel
Right
pretty
on.
good where I'm at. Yeah.
Right on. Right on. Where can people get a hold of you? Are you on social media?
Yeah, for sure. Facebook. I got a Facebook group, a Facebook page. It's called the Hunter GT Hangout. Just everything's / the Hunter GT or at the Hunter GT. My Twitter page is / Hunter GT. Instagram / or at the Hunter GT. So right after the .com of everything, just / the Hunter GT, and you'll definitely arrive at my page. If I'm on that social media, it's going to be at the Hunter
Mm-hmm.
GT or / the Hunter GT. Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch.tv, obviously YouTube. I'm not active on Twitter and Instagram as much as I should be, but I'm quite
Mm-hmm.
active on Facebook, YouTube, and
Mm-hmm.
Twitch. Those
Mm-hmm.
three are the big ones. And
Mm-hmm.
I need to do better on Instagram and Twitter. I need to do better. That's for sure.
All right. I'm just gonna like rapid fire here. Like rapid fire. We have a couple questions. I'm just gonna boom, boom, boom. All right. We're not
Let's
gonna
do it.
discuss. We're just gonna have you answer.
Let's do it.
Your favorite breakfast cereal?
Lucky Charms.
Ah, if you could be a superhero, what superpowers would you like?
Invincibility
Oh.
or immortality, something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. If Hollywood made a movie about your life, which actor would you want to portray you?
Myself? Are you kidding me, son? I could do that job. Yeah, I can get in
Not
front of a camera
allowed.
and all that.
Not
Come on.
allowed.
Okay, one actor. Gee whiz. I would have to go with like a Christian Bale. He's probably my
Oh,
favorite. Yeah,
okay.
Christian Bale.
All
He's
right.
he's a good actor. He's a weird guy, but he's a good actor. Yeah.
What language would you like to be able to speak?
Probably Chinese or Japanese. I'm
Mm,
infatuated with their writing. I don't know anything
mm.
about it, but I love the way that it's just like lines, and it looks, especially like when they paint it or they draw it out in the
Yeah,
sand, like those
yeah.
Japanese artists in the sand and stuff. I don't know. I really dig that for some reason.
Oh, right
So it
on.
would it would be like Japanese or Chinese, something like
Mm,
that. Yeah.
okay. Uh,
Not happening, but that's what it would be. Yeah.
Chinese is the most difficult language on the
That's what
planet
I
to
hear.
learn.
That's what I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It
So
is.
not happening. No time.
Do you prefer the Godfather movies or the Star Wars series?
Um, I I never got into the God. Casino is probably my favorite
Ah,
movie.
yeah.
Casino is probably
Oh, yeah.
in my frequently asked questions area. But I never got into the Godfather. I've seen
Mm.
them, but they didn't do it for me for some reason. Like Casino and Goodfellas and some of
Oh,
the other
Goodfellas.
Scorsese
Oh,
films.
my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh,
And
yeah.
even the new one with De Niro and Pacino
I've
on
not
Netflix,
seen that. I've not
The
seen that.
Irishman. Yeah, it's really good. So I would have to go with Star Wars. If you're
Okay.
just gonna put it up
Okay.
against Godfather,
Yeah,
Star
that's
Wars.
it. That's
Yeah,
it. All right.
yeah,
Last
Star Wars.
question. Last question. Do you replace the toilet paper roll or do you let someone else do it?
I replace it,
Oh
and
my
it's
goodness.
Liz, that's a good. I hope my kids are gonna come watch this because I'm getting sick and tired of it, Liz. I'm always the one. I go in there and it's a cardboard roll sitting there, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with this cardboard roll? All right, so yeah, and the toilet paper goes.
Oh, I was
forward.
just gonna ask you that.
It goes forward, everybody.
From the top.
I'm not a savage. I'm not a savage. Okay, it goes forward.
Oh my goodness. John, I just want to say that it has been an absolute pleasure. I thought I was going to be like really intimidated, but I was just a little bit. Intimidated.
The first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The first 5 minutes.
This has been an absolute, we must do this again sometime.
Anytime.
Totally.
I love it. And I'd love to have you back on my channel,
right
a couple months down the road, maybe something like that.
Right
for
on.
Sure.
Oh
for
my
sure.
goodness.
I really appreciate you having me. I appreciate all you guys showing up and supporting me and Digging Canuck. Liz, yeah, thank you so much. It's been a true pleasure. And anytime, be happy to be back. Absolutely.
Fantastic. I just want to remind everyone too, if you've not, and like, I don't know how this is even possible. If you've not checked out the Hunter GT, absolutely check him out. If you have any questions whatsoever, join his live streams on, would it be the Tuesday one that they could probably ask?
Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Every Tuesday and Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific. Every other Friday, I'm on YouTube. I switch it up. So YouTube, Twitch on Fridays. But every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, that's our big metal detecting conversation right on my channel. Yep.
Right on. Ask him any question you want whatsoever. Seriously, any question about metal detecting, he can answer it. Absolutely. I have all the confidence in you, John.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
Right on.
Been a true pleasure. Thank you so much.
Right on. So please remember to hit the like button on this stream before you exit the building. And if you are watching the replay of this stream, which is quite possible, John's kids might be watching the replay. Change the toilet paper.
Absolutely.
I appreciate the support. I really, really do. Thank you so much to all the super chatters today. I do appreciate that. And gonna say thank you so much to John. And I'm gonna leave you with a little video and my usual screen. So John, again, thank you. Seriously, thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care, everybody.
All right. Get your official Digging Canuck merchandise at Teespring. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Remember that every purchase you make helps to support the channel. Check out the link in the description down below.